by Hare Krishna monks back in Europe, and somebody asked the question, why are you guys always so, pushing on the altruistic activities? And one of the monks answered, well, because I don't want to think about myself. It's much nicer when I think about others. Anyways, I thought that was a pretty cool answer. And that made him very, very happy, that he didn't have to think about himself all the time. But he had some time to think about others. So anyways, he said that you should always look to offer respect to others. And this is I'm not going to say, because and then the fourth one, he said, 4th out of 5. Fourth one said that you should never desire respect. You should never endeavor for respect. And this is another problem that we have. We create something. I mean, we cook something. Like Lori makes horrible cake, and she. No, just joking. Just putting you to test. Come on, do some yoga.
Saying to do something. Do something.
Like my grandmother, she would cook lunch. We would all sit around, and we all knew she could hardly wait. She would serve everyone, and she would wait for everyone to say how great it was. This is a classic, isn't it? I mean, for those of you who grew up with family, I don't know.
That's true, yeah.
Some people didn't grow up with family. And then the grandmother's waiting, and we all know what she's waiting for, and therefore we don't want to say it. And let grandma suffer.
Oh, poor grandma.
All right. So, where were we?
Lori's cake.
Yeah, we should. Lori's cake. Yeah. We're back to Lori's cake. We shouldn't. Whatever we do, we produce a little thing, and we take so much pride. I mean, so much pride. I produced this. I sang this. I played this drum. I played this instrument. I cooked something. I created it, I laid out the newspaper, and I feel so, I created it. This is so immature, this is very childish. And we see that life does not allow for this. If you maintain this attitude, life will have it rough for you, Life will have it really rough for you. It's just like like a sharp thing that's sticking out of your body somewhere, and wherever you go, you keep hitting the walls with it. It's like it just doesn't work. You cut it off. Then the fifth, the most important thing, you should maintain proper focus. What's the proper focus? That's the excuse me. Proper focus is expansion, or not expansion. How would I call it? Maturity of consciousness. Now we should keep proper focus. Life is meant not for eating, sleeping, and just croaking. I mean, that's like no, nothing interesting about it. But there's more to life. One should be very conscious. And first consciousness becomes with being aware of ourselves. That's number one. Then we start becoming aware of other people. Then we start becoming aware of people's interaction. Then we start becoming aware of subtle things. Principles behind details. Then we start becoming aware of plants, of creepers, of traffic, of politics, of your consciousness expands and expands and expands. And eventually, according to Sri Chaitanya, the saint, says that eventually reaches the spiritual strata. That is the natural flow, because that is the most fine element. That is the finest element. And then once it reaches that situation, that platform, that level, then you know how you fit in the whole mess, you know. You know, you understand traffic. Now you understand why the red light, you know, and why when you run a red light, or why if you're driving, you know, in the opposite direction in a one-way street, you know, why you're having so much trouble, you know. Dude, you gotta turn around, go, you know. You know, obviously, I mean, pain indicates we don't have it. We don't have it down, you know. So then you understand the whole picture. You understand who you are, you understand everything around yourself. That's the ultimate spiritual platform. You know? Meditation is meant to keep this focus. So otherwise we're just like a bunch of kids, you know, just playing in the sand, you know, until the high tide comes and just washes everything. And what's the point? I mean, you know, any adult sees a kid playing, and it's like, you know, fully applying itself to, you know, like a temporary stuff. It has to go. I mean, it has to go. No questions. You know, it has, no doubt. You know, it has to go. But still, we're like building castles of false ego, you know, like I'm a philosopher, I'm a musician, you know, I'm a writer, I'm a housewife. I mean, we take pride in any darn thing. Just being very, very childish. Very childish. Just wasting time, you know, wasting time.